Before we dive in, if you're here, it's probably because, just like me, you've always felt there's something deeper hidden in these cartoons. This channel is for people who see the cracks in the surface, people who know this wasn't just for kids. Hit subscribe, not for me, but for the truth. Every subscriber is a signal that says, yes, I see it too. I want to go deeper. The more of us there are, the more we can uncover. By lost footage, banned episodes, real leaks. You're not alone anymore. Now, let's go into the episode they never wanted us to watch. This episode never officially aired. It's not in any listings. It's not on any streaming services, but it exists in archives, on old employees' flash drives, and on VHS tapes that people are afraid to watch to the end. This isn't cringe or fiction. This is the dark version of SpongeBob that was created in 2003. And this is where the truly terrifying part begins. 1. How it all began. It was 2003. Nickelodeon was in crisis. There was a gap between seasons 3 and 4. The show is at a creative crossroads, with executives pushing for darker, more mature themes to keep the aging audience engaged. Rumors circulated about a pilot version of the episode Fear of a Krabby Patty that never aired. The official version that eventually made it to television was completely different from what was initially created. A former animator using the pseudonym Sky11Z leaked storyboards on 4chan in 2014. His post was quickly deleted, but not before several users downloaded the images. In his post he wrote, "I worked on this episode. No one was supposed to see it. Even we didn't want to voice it. What we created wasn't just scary, but it felt wrong, like we were channeling something we shouldn't have touched." 2. What was in it? The episode began normally, with the familiar pineapple under the sea, but immediately viewers could tell something was off. The colors were desaturated, and the normally cheerful music was replaced with a low ambient drone. SpongeBob stopped sleeping completely for days on end. The camera no longer smoothly pans, it shakes and jerks as if whoever is filming is experiencing tremors. As the sleep deprivation continues, SpongeBob begins to whisper phrases that sound like the ravings of a madman. "Where are my nerves, Mr. Krabs? I can feel them underneath my skin." Throughout the episode, he tears apart his own mouth apparatus, claiming it's interfering with the voices. Patrick appears, but remains silent throughout the entire episode. Where his eyes should be, there are only dark, empty sockets. He follows SpongeBob everywhere, always staying exactly 3 steps behind. Mr. Krabs speaks only in the background, his voice sounding like fragments of a confession. "I sold the formula to the wrong person. He's inside him now. I didn't know what would happen to the boy." Squidward is shown only once playing his clarinet, but the music that comes out sounds like distorted screaming. When SpongeBob approaches him, Squidward turns around, revealing that his face has been replaced with a photorealistic human mouth. The most disturbing scene comes around the 9-minute mark. SpongeBob stands in front of his bathroom mirror staring at his reflection, but his reflection isn't moving in sync. It's smiling wider, its eyes growing larger. Then SpongeBob whispers, "They're in my walls, Gary. They're in my pores. Can you hear them breathing?" Gary, instead of his usual meow, emits a low frequency sound that caused several test viewers to report feeling nauseous. 3. Why it was removed. After the first screenings with the focus group, 3 children began crying and complaining of severe headaches. One parent reported, "My son hasn't been able to sleep since watching. He doesn't blink anymore. He just stares at the ceiling and mumbles about the formula." 2 animators who worked on the episode requested to be transferred to different projects. One reportedly quit the industry altogether. The episode was destroyed by order of Viacom, but one copy remained with a freelance sound designer who had been working remotely. He died unexpectedly in 2009. His hard drive was sold on eBay in 2012. The buyer, a college student named Marcus Wellings, discovered a video fragment 14 seconds long among thousands of files. Wellings uploaded it to an obscure forum, but his account was deleted within an hour. Those who claimed to have downloaded the clip reported that their files were corrupted, all except for one user. 4. What's visible in those 14 seconds? The camera zooms in on SpongeBob's face. He doesn't move, but his pupils vibrate rapidly. His typically yellow skin has a grayish tinge, and small black veins are visible underneath. In the background, there's a roaring bass and metallic sounds like ships creaking in a storm. He quietly says, "I tried to close my eyes, but they're already inside. Can you feel them watching you too? Right now." the scene cuts to a brief frame of what appears to be a real human eye with SpongeBob's reflection in the pupil. The final frame shows a message in a seemingly random sequence of numbers and letters. Internet sleuths claim that when decoded it spelled out, "Don't watch the rerun." 5. Aftermath and viewer challenge. A former Nickelodeon editor made a cryptic comment in a 2021 interview. There were some experimental versions of episodes during that period. Things that pushed boundaries, things that shouldn't have been made for a children's network. When pressed specifically about the Dark SpongeBob episode, he became visibly uncomfortable and ended the interview. 3 former interns who worked at Nickelodeon during 2003 have confirmed seeing an unusual version of the Insomnia episode. All 3 refuse to discuss specific details. Is this just a creepypasta, or part of a real Nickelodeon archive that leaked online? The truth remains elusive, buried under corporate denials and dead-end investigations. Some viewers who claim to have seen the full episode report recurring nightmares featuring a yellow sponge standing at the foot of their bed whispering about the formula and how it's in everyone now. Look into SpongeBob's eyes and tell yourself, is this just a joke? Or does your screen whisper something to you too when you're almost asleep? Remember, some episodes are never meant to be seen. Some stories are never meant to be told. Sleep tight